That sounds good. Yeah. So my mom was like, ow, I just hit myself in the hand. My mom was like, oh, no, you gotta do the dishes before 3:30. And then I got really sidetracked. And so just ignore me doing the dishes. I am like totally in focus listening, but just multitasking.
Nah, you're good. All right, well, welcome to Stay Sane. We talk about minor topics while pushing around our own perspectives. And today we have our dishwash unloading guest, Autumn Jonas.
Hello.
All right, so I don't know if you, because last time you were on the podcast, we kind of talked about how it was kind of like how you really wanted to be an actress, but there was a lot of obstacles in your way. And after
Yeah.
the talk, I sent you a bunch of like audition slots and stuff.
Yeah.
What'd you do with them? Did you sign up?
No, I chickened out.
Autumn.
I know, I know. I just feel like I'm not really what Disney's looking for. Like, I'm 5'8". I'm 13. I've got bangs and glasses and braces. And
Okay.
I feel the Disney people, they're always like blonde and blue-eyed, and they're all like short and just like perfect looking. So I was like, maybe when I'm an adult, we'll see.
Just okay. So for a while I wanted to be an actress as well because like I wanted to do a bunch of stuff. And I saw this thing because on Instagram there's a lot of like advertisements for like Disney and like a bunch of stuff, and there were like tons more. But I just didn't want to like keep bombarding you with so I stopped doing
Yeah.
that. But I like the very first day I wanted to be an actress, or not, like you know what I mean, like a Disney actor or whatnot. I put like an audition slot in for Disney, and it was like that Friday it would be like an audition and you would go in on like a Zoom call for like 20 minutes. But that day I had practice and I was like, because I did it at late night, like 10 p.m. Because this is the same reason, like I cut my hair. And that was like a 9 o'clock impulsive decision, and so was that. So I kind of chickened out. Like I guess I didn't go to the actual audition, but I didn't chicken out like you.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right. Well, do you still want to be an actress?
I do. Yeah. But I have decided. I take piano right now. And I've been taking piano for how old am I? I'm 13. 4 years. And I'd say I'm okay. I'm not great, but I'm not like terrible. And where I take piano is Bravo Music Academy in Chesterfield. So I plan to like when Corona hopefully one day ends and I'm actually back in person doing lessons and not just on FaceTime, I'm gonna take voice lessons there because I figured all actors sing. So that's what I'm gonna do. Don't know if I said that on the last episode or not, but yeah, that's what I'm gonna
Can you sing? Are you good?
do. Well, you see,
I mean, you can always learn. You can always learn.
I just like to just fool around by myself. Like, I get left home alone a lot because my family's got like things to do and places to be, and they're like, Autumn. So I usually just, my parents are not home a lot, so I'm left home with my little brother. And so I just let him go upstairs and like play in his room or something. And I'll be downstairs like singing, and then he'll come down and be like, Autumn, what's it noise? And I'm like, nothing. So
Yeah, no.
I
Shawn Mendes, he originally like took lessons or something like that for guitar. He's a really good guitar player, but he realized that he'd rather, because he wanted to learn like a song, and he didn't want to learn like the basics of just like A B C D. So he went online and learned like that, and I feel like that's the best way to do it. Because same with like the podcast for me. Like originally when I started this, I watched like Joe Rogan, Logan Paul, Impulsive, the Joe Rogan Experience, and stuff like that. And they all have like really good mic setups, really good camera angles and stuff. But I'm 12. I don't have any money in my bank.
yeah,
Yeah, so I gotta make well with my resources, and maybe Sean Mendes probably had the resources to like go to lessons and stuff. So do you, but I mean, for him, he just wanted to get to it. And same with me. Like if I want to do something, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna do it. Like I took my mom's phone originally, and I just started recording, and I was like, this seems so boring to watch, to watch back into me just like talking. So let me like get somebody else on. How do I do that? Zoom. How do I record that? I was gonna do Microsoft Teams because schools use that, but no, Zoom you can record. So that's why. Yeah.
Zoom is pretty great because like it just it like uploads it, and I mean I told so many people when I first found Stay Sane on Spotify, it was like, look, I am on Spotify. I am on Spotify. I'm on Spotify. So like yeah, and Zoom and Spotify and just technology in general is pretty amazing.
I mean, society's advanced as well as our technology's advanced because our system.
Sorry, we have people who need snacks. Hold on just a second.
Yeah, I'll take a break.
Okay, here, be fast. Why don't you just eat just a bowl? Just a bowl? Yeah, just a bowl. Alright. Okay. Leave, please. Okay.
All right. Well, society's has advanced as well as like our technology has advanced. So it's to the point where we care enough about like global warming and stuff for Elon Musk to like take a step towards the right direction, like make electric cars and stuff. And I mean, they're expensive.
Definitely.
Like he's working on like lowering the price and stuff because I mean, not everybody can.
Definitely.
Yeah. So that brings me to David Dobrik.
Okay, you gotta tell me what happened.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm not like too well versed on this either, but I've seen like David Dobrik's apology videos, Jeff Wittick, a person from the Vlog Squad. So, okay, David Dobrik's a YouTuber. As you said it, he dated Liza Koshy, and he was a guy that he was really famous. Like for a while, I didn't understand why because he just did little vlog bits that were like 5 minutes long or something. But if you look at them, they're entertaining because it's not something that you'd see in a normal day-to-day life, like a Ukrainian that came from Ukraine and does all this stuff with his friend, like goes out to party and like gets into all these crazy adventures and stuff. But it's like 5 seconds, not 5 seconds, like 10 minutes each, but it's really fun to watch. And originally I didn't know why.
Yeah.
But we're so easy to pick out little points and stuff from events that happen. But we all know that it's entertaining. Like we watched these stuff, we didn't know what was going on in the background. So, as background knowledge for the problem, apparently this guy named Seth Fran I can't pronounce his last name, but his name's Seth and he's part of the Vlog Squad or was part of the Vlog Squad. And that was David Dobrik's like group of friends that he vlogged with. So he said it was like a prank and it was like a kissing prank. So So Seth was told that he was going to make out with another girl from the Vlog Squad, Corinna Koff, and instead he kissed Jason Nash, like a older guy.
Oh my.
Yeah, an older guy than him, and yeah. So it was like a kissing prank, and after that, Seth said that he felt like he had been sexually assaulted and stuff. But another guy from the vlog squad, Scotty Scott, and he said he showed text that proved that Seth was okay to do a kissing prank. Now it didn't say it was like what the details were, but he was like, I mean, yeah, clout me up, man, and stuff. But even seeing that, people reacted to it differently than I thought they would. Because I thought, oh my God, Seth's busted. His cover's blown. But no,
Yeah.
like, why didn't David Dobrik show us that? Why didn't David Dobrik come out? Because this was before his apology video and stuff. But people said, I mean, why didn't David come out and talk about this? I mean, it's his problem, not yours.
So the thing, like, So this Seth dude got or had to kiss this older guy, and
He was blindfolded, so he didn't know.
okay.
He was told that he was gonna kiss Corinna, but
Okay, and then felt like he was like wrong and everything, but in the text it showed that he was fine with it, so it's more like bad publicity for his vlog squad.
yeah, I feel like it's either that or it's like a clout issue because David Dobrik, especially during quarantine and stuff, he's really been like popular. He's really popular, right? And I mean, maybe Seth didn't get enough like screen time or something, and he got like pissed off, and now he was like going for the clout. So
Yeah, maybe it's just like hey, look at me, I'm famous too, but
yeah,
that's not a great way to get yourself out there to the
yeah.
public.
But now it's to the point, and there was another incident. It was like, um, I don't know if it's appropriate. Okay, but it was basically how this girl had felt that she had been induced with alcohol by the vlog squad and then raped. Yeah. So it was another situation like that. But now I feel like that one it doesn't have any evidence against it. So it could have been true.
Yeah, that's this vlog squad sounds like a very interesting
Yeah.
place.
Now if you pick apart the details like this, it's events that happened after we watched it. So we watched it, we're entertained. Oh my god, that happened. Oh my god, that's so funny. That's so funny. And then now you go into the background and you notice all this stuff. But there's still like a very fine line between it's either true or it's either a lie.
Yeah, yeah, and I feel like people can be so like cruel towards each other in the sense of like they just want that other person to be completely destroyed, like their public image to be gone. And so, like, I feel like with that Seth thing, I don't know about the other girl because it has no evidence against it, but like with the Seth thing, it's just like a whole public image thing, I feel like.
And this is what I'm saying. Like we're also like 1 minute we're like this, 1 minute like that. Like cancel culture. Cancel culture. It's like
Yeah.
1 minute you're canceled, another minute you're back up there. Like in 2018, Logan Paul was the most hated YouTuber. 2020, Zoe Laverne, I'm pretty sure 2020, Zoe Laverne's the most hated TikToker. Now 2021, David Dobrik maybe is the most hated YouTuber. See, we're switching like that, and it's so unpredictable.
The trends change so fast.
Yeah, and not even gonna lie, when like the text showed up of Seth and Scott, I was like, oh my god, Seth is his cover's blown. Like there's no he has no word against him now. I mean, he lost. But the reactions were totally different and I was just like, what? I mean, it might be true, it might not be true. I mean, I can't really say anything on that. But one of my friends brought up a really interesting point of I mean, if they are right, it took them a lot of courage to come up and say what happened. And
Yeah.
shouldn't they be given somewhat of a justice, somewhat of like a good job for that.
Yeah, I feel like if that Seth guy said like, "Hey, I was wronged here," and then it actually showed that like he was totally fine with it. Like who released the text that said he was fine with it?
Scott. Scott.
That's the guy that he had to kiss, right?
No, no. Jason was the guy that he had to kiss.
Okay.
Scott is another guy in the vlog squad that Seth texted before he did the kissing prank.
Got it. So I would assume the rest of the vlog squad like knew Scott was gonna release this because yeah, and David Dobrik is the most famous person on this vlog squad, right?
Mm-hmm. Well,
So
yeah.
yeah, one of the most famous. So naturally, it's like it's being called like the David Dobrik issue, but like really, it should be like the whole vlog squad issue because it's not just David Dobrik, right? Like he wasn't really involved in the kissing one, and I don't know about the other
I'm
one.
pretty
But
sure he arranged the prank though. Like he is like the main guy because it's his YouTube channel, it's his publicity stuff, it's his. He's managing everything. He has David Dobrik, and then he has David Dobrik 2, like his two separate channels, and then he has merchandise.
yeah, I like he arranged it, but really, like
No,
this,
no, Autumn. I feel like more than anything, it's his problem. I mean, I get why people were pissed off that he didn't come out and say something in the beginning, but I can also get why he didn't say something in the beginning. Because if it's gonna wash away like that, like the Logan Paul to Zoe Laverne to David Dobrik now, I mean,
yeah, definitely. I think with the people with the like celebrity like apologies and everything, it's like if you don't issue an apology, you're a bad person. But say
and
you do issue
people
an
go to the
apology,
extent people go to the extent where their apologies are so sucky.
yeah, but then if you do issue an apology, people will just like pick it apart and be like, is he really sorry? Is she really sorry? So I
Yeah,
feel like in
people
that
take it.
situation, there's really no way of winning or
Yeah,
like succeeding in
exactly.
getting your public image back up to where it used to be.
Yeah, I know. And public, okay, image is a big deal, especially when you're up there. And that's why one of the things that really held me back when I was thinking about it is like, I mean, do I really want to put myself out there like that? Or that's where the idea of like, why don't I just go and live with my dog in a van and go explore the world, like travel around the world and stuff? Why do I want to put myself in that situation where it's either one day you'll be canceled and one day you'll be right back up there?
Yeah, I think it's all kind of goes back to the cost of fame. Like what I've heard from videos that I watched, and so as we went into the last time I was on here, I love Adina Menzel. And so I was watching a video of her, and it was her on the Drew Barrymore show saying that she's always under so much pressure to be like the best that she can be
Oh wait,
because
who's Drew Barrymore?
she is, I don't exactly know, but she has a show that's sort of kind of like the Ellen show.
Hmm.
And it just like interviews more famous people, and they're like little short, under 10-minute interviews.
Oh
So yeah,
yeah.
she's one of the new interviewer people, kind of not as funny as a Jimmy Fallon or a Jimmy Kimmel, but more like an Ellen, I feel like. So Adina was on the Drew Barrymore show,
Hmm.
and he was saying like being a role model for all these people, looking out in a concert and seeing a sea of girls in little blue dresses because she's Elsa. Like she said, it's so much pressure. She said, really, I'm just a 49-year-old woman trying to be the best mom I can be to my 12-year-old son, and trying to be a good wife, and trying to put out a good public image for myself. But she said that there's so much pressure on her because like people idolize her so much. And I say this like she is my idol, so people obviously idolize her, and she's just, was just saying in that interview like being a public figure so hard, and fame just comes with such a cost.
Yeah. And Idina Menzel is she famous for Elsa?
Yeah, she's famous for Elsa. I feel like that's her big thing. But she also was in a show called Rent on Broadway and a show called Wicked. She played
Oh, Wicked. Wicked.
yeah, she was Elphaba, the Wicked Witch of the West. So she was really famous for that. And then obviously like Frozen, Frozen 2.
Wait, hold up. Why do you like her?
I like her. So I used to be obsessed with Frozen like every other little girl. But I didn't really put it together that Elsa and Anna were not actually on this earth. And so kind of tragic heartbreak. But when I looked into Idina Menzel, and this was like maybe like a year ago, where I got really into like Wicked, and I like actually seeing who the cast are like. Like, are they good people? Because they're not like good people. Do I really want to idolize them? And so I like watch interviews with her, and I know like the projects that she's been in, and she's just like genuinely a good person. And people, this goes back to public image. People saw her in concerts in 2014, 2015, where after every song she was just like stone faced. Like she didn't smile, she didn't laugh. And everyone's like, what's wrong with Idina Menzel? But people didn't like know that she was actually going through a divorce with her husband of 10 years during that. So like people will pick apart her public image because of that. And I just idolize her because she's just so real. She's like actually on this earth, and she's not like up there with her. She's super rich and she's famous, so but she's not snobby. Like she's just a regular human being.
But now,
And
if somebody's snobby and they're a celebrity, I mean, that's already one step towards their public image being lowered. So, I mean, all
exactly.
necessarily snobby, right?
Yeah, I'd say like some celebrities, they just kind of, I can't think of anyone off the top of my head at the moment, but I feel like some of them, they're just kind of like, feel like they're above the rest of the people. And so, like, yeah, that's why I think like some celebrities are kind of just a little bit stuck up. She's not. She's just like a regular human being who argues with her son about whether he should get a phone or not. Like, that's just, she's so normal. Her son is like 12 and he doesn't have a phone yet. And I find that to be like good because the celebrities are not giving their kids their phones when they're 5.
Yeah.
So I just think like she's so real and honest. And I feel like David Dobrik in his videos, he's pretty real, he's pretty honest. But this David Dobrik issue that's come out shows, okay, maybe he's not as honest as we all thought he was.
But at the same time, the thing is, like, he might still be honest, but it's like, it's a matter of, is he being framed?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, like, there's a lot of, like, controversy going on about it. Like, I don't want to get my head stuck in that, but, like, I know very little about that, but you can kind of relate that to, like, security. Because my friend told me about this whole issue, and I mean, she said that it was like a matter of, I mean, those people took their time and they got over a lot of stuff, if they even did, to come up and talk about it. And now
Yeah.
she harmed in the making of the video.
Yeah. It's always like what goes on behind the scenes.
Yeah, always, always. Because even in movies and stuff, like Karate Kid. I was watching the Karate Kid earlier. Do you seriously think that Jaden Smith, as a 10-year-old, 5-year-old, can go like this really fast like that and block all the punches?
Yeah.
They did something. They did something. So
The CGI these days is so great. But it's always like, I feel like us as like normal, quote unquote, normal human beings, we always want to see what like the celebrities are when they're not on camera. And so I watch a show called Glee, and you've probably heard of it. It's pretty
yeah,
famous.
I started watching it pretty recently.
Yes, I love Glee. But this past year, there were a lot of allegations that came out against Leah Michele, who plays Rachel Berry. And it's like a few of the cast members were like, she made my life terrible while I was on the set of Glee. And other cast members are like, oh, Leah Michele's great. So it's like, is she being framed? And also it's back to like the, what are they going through? Because her boyfriend, who was also on the show, dang, I'm about to spoil something for you. He died of a drug overdose. He's like one of the main characters. And they had been dating for a year and a half.
Wait, is that Finn?
Yeah.
Wait, did he die in the actual?
In real life, they were not planning to kill off Finn in the show, but in real life, the actor Corey Monteith died of a drug overdose, and so they had to kill off Finn in the show. And so some of the cast members, they came on right as Finn died. So it's like, yeah, maybe Leah Michele was just like grieving. Her boyfriend had just died, and someone she's known for years and years, and she dated for over a year. So I'm thinking things always got to be put into perspective too.
And we're not celebrities. Like, we don't know what's going on behind the scenes.
Exactly. Like, we don't know the public pressure.
Also, we don't know what it takes to get up there yet. Like, we haven't gone through the process. We haven't gone through the process that, like, Leah Michelle went through, maybe. Maybe she had a harder time than
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's a perspective game. I mean, even I feel like the strongest celebrities like Beyonce, Jay-Z, I feel like they're
Yeah.
higher than everything. Like David Dobrik, like YouTubers, I feel like there's like a step to um success almost. Like maybe there's
Yeah.
Jay-Z and Beyonce,
It's
Jay-Z,
like
and they're up there.
there's the B level celebrities and then there's the A level celebrities. The A level celebrities are people like Jay-Z, Beyonce, and Cardi B and Lady Gaga and all
And
those
I feel
people.
like the TikTokers. Oh, also, is there an age to that? Is there an age to that? Do you think that if people are in the game longer, they're A-list versus B-list, or like TikTokers and stuff?
I think it really depends on like trends. Like right now, a bunch of the TikTokers are famous, but when those TikTokers get to be like age 40, like some of these famous people are, they're not going to be TikTokers anymore. They're not going to be famous TikTokers anymore because they wouldn't be able to do those dances that they're doing while they're 15. So I feel like it's all put into perspective of the trends and like what's happening at the moment. But yeah, I think depending on your profession, if you stay in the game for longer, like in singing or in acting or something, you'll generally be more successful. But it always depends.
It also kind of sort of depends on what the activity is. So, say it's like a actor. I mean, that's like a career for the long run versus like Vine and TikTok. I mean, you don't know how long until that trend is gonna pop off and some or not pop off, but like the trend is gonna the trend is gonna go away, and now that person doesn't that activity doesn't like count as cool anymore. Versus like acting,
Exactly.
that's like stuff that's been associated with cool now. So
Exactly. Like in 20 years, is somebody going to remember Charlie D'Amelio?
maybe.
The chances are maybe, but
No. The thing is, Charlie D'Amelio is a special case because she's probably the most famous TikToker or the most recognized TikToker. And
yeah.
because she's a dancer. And Heidi D'Amelio, her mom, I think she was a model. A model is a long lasting career, right? It's not just a job.
Yeah.
So I mean, she can get fame off her mother as well as getting like, you know, doing her own stuff because she's already been she's one of the few TikTokers that have been interviewed by like Jimmy Fallon, been on the Ellen. I don't know if she's been on the Ellen show, but she's done a lot of stuff promoting her
Yeah.
own show. Like she has a podcast. I'm pretty sure she has her own podcast. She might be doing something behind the scenes, like doing her own movie role or something, like Addison Rae. Man, some of these
Yeah.
TikTokers, like Vine was a different story, but TikTok, like it's something that can boost your platform. It's
Yeah. So like the people like Charlie D'Amelio, yeah, chances are in 20 years.
Oh, wait, hold up. Autumn, uh-oh, it's 3:40 and you're not done with the dishes.
Oh, yeah. Just gonna pretend that I am and that there are currently no dishes in the sink to still be loaded in.
Gotcha.
So,
All right. Sorry.
yeah, but you never heard anything.
I didn't hear nothing. Like, my ears are plugged. All right, sorry. I interrupted you. Go on.
I feel like, yeah, in 20 years, our generation is going to remember people like Charlie D'Amelio just because they were so hyper famous.
Oh, yeah.
But they're not going to be recognized in, say, okay, this is going to sound morbid, but when we're dead, people are not going to remember Charlie D'Amelio. Like, I'm sorry. I don't think she's going to be remembered. While people like presidents, that's a dumb example, but like Tom Hanks.
Mm.
Tom Hanks is not young, but he's still super successful. He just had a new movie come out, and when, like, my dad's generation idolized Tom Hanks. Our generation, we know who Tom Hanks is. We might not idolize him, but like we know who he is. The generation after us, they're gonna know who Tom Hanks is.
Maybe.
They're gonna do. They're gonna know.
It depends how much we idolize him, though. How many people in our generation actually wanted to carry on like the idea of Tom Hanks is a super cool dude. He's a great actor.
Yeah.
So it
Like,
matters on how many people pick up on the idea.
Yeah, movies. So my parents, they like love the 80s. They're like, the 80s were my decade. And I was like, you were 9 in the 80s. The 90s were probably your decade, but that's a story for another time. And they always make me watch all these 80s movies because they like love the 80s. So when we're older, we're gonna make our kids watch a bunch of movies from 2020 and like 2018 and all that stuff. So I think it's all about like, can your legacy stretch for generations? Like, will I show my kids movies from the 80s that my parents showed me?
Yeah,
like,
is it worth it? Because unless Charlie D'Amelio does something else like a movie or like goes into modeling or something or goes into music even like Dixie, I mean, I don't think like TikTokers and Viners are going to be carried on. But again,
exactly.
it matters what you do with what you have because Vine and TikTok are a great platform. I mean, you just get handed an opportunity if you look good or you dance well, or you're funny or you are talented.
Exactly.
You're handed an opportunity that not a lot of people get. So it depends on what you do with it now. Because if you don't do anything with it, I mean, you might as well count your legacy out.
Exactly. Like, but when you go back to people like movies like The Wizard of Oz, have you ever seen it?
I've heard I've read the book and stuff, but I haven't seen the movie.
Yeah, like everyone knows what The Wizard of Oz is, but my grandma watched The Wizard of Oz. My grandma loved The Wizard of Oz. My parents, they knew The Wizard of Oz. Now I know The Wizard of Oz. My kids one day are going to know The Wizard of Oz. It's all about like, are TikTokers going to get one special opportunity like that? Or is TikTok even going to be remembered? Like the social media platform, it was popular in like 2010, I think, MySpace.
Oh, I heard that on Glee.
Yeah, that's exactly where I'm getting it right now. So, but MySpace, I hadn't heard of that until I heard of it on Glee, and Glee was made in 2009. So it's like, is TikTok just going to dissolve in 5 years? We never know.
We don't know because Musical.ly originally was what it was. But if people keep buying it, if bigger companies keep buying TikTok, or say like my friend told me this, but like I can't remember the name of the company that bought TikTok, but they bought it, they made Musical.ly even bigger than it was. And then what if a bigger company like Nike, not Nike, you know what I mean? Like maybe Spotify buys TikTok, and now it's a really big platform where you can make I don't know, okay, but like maybe if bigger things keep buying TikTok, then we don't know. We can't say because that might grow into be a really valuable platform. But Vine died. Nobody bought Vine.
Yeah, Vine died.
Yeah, so we can't say. At that point, it might be.
Yeah, you never really know what's gonna happen in the future, but I just think like, if people tell their future generations about things, it's gonna keep getting carried on. But I just don't know if anyone's gonna tell anybody about TikTok, because just with the MySpace example, some people were so invested in MySpace. MySpace is dead. Vine is dead. Fortnite, I'm sorry, it's dead too. So like, really, what's gonna happen?
Yeah, because it's a matter of timing and love.
Yeah,
timing and love.
Definitely.
Yeah. Okay, but now, again, going back to like the David Dobrik issue.
Mm-hmm.
It started on YouTube, and YouTube is a very big platform. I don't know how, but YouTube is a very big platform. A lot of people look at it. A lot of people watch it. I mean, he himself has like what 30 million, 27 million something subscribers, and that's a lot of people watching him and giving him like a funding, you know what I mean? Because of funding, I mean YouTube pays for most of his stuff. So if you put something out there, it's gonna blow up. It's gonna blow up. Like even like I mean, people are gonna watch it. I mean, those 27 million people are more than likely gonna watch it. So at that point, it's a matter of security, because consent, people that want to be on the video, are they on it? Are they obligated to be on it? Is it forced? So there's a lot of items that correlate to that.
Yeah.
Now, is it even TikTok? Well, I mean, people are sometimes using it for not good reasons.
Yeah.
So it's a matter of security, because it's also, so there's this thing called the Blue Whale Challenge. Sometime in sometime in no sometime oh not November, what am I saying? 2016, sometime in 2016. I'm pretty sure when we were in 3rd grade, around that time. And it was pretty big. It was like an app that gave you 50 days to do 50 challenges. And the last challenge was you kill yourself. Yeah, so it was basically like a suicide game. Have you heard of it?
Everyone, I haven't heard that specifically, but I've heard things like it where it's just like people will use these great like platforms and ways to get publicity. They'll use it the wrong way.
And a question I had was, since TikTok is so popular, TikTok has a lot of like clout, good and bad right now. Does it have the potential to at all risk like security? And my question was somewhat answered when I saw this thing like 7 months ago at the beginning of quarantine. It was this thing called the Jonathan Galindo challenge, and it was like a recreation of the Blue Whale challenge, but in a way it wasn't as harmful. Only 1 to 2 kids died, but it was, I mean, 2 kids died. So
Yeah. It's like these things, they're not to be ignored, but I feel like people try to smooth things over so much that it's just like I didn't hear about that until you just said something, because people, they just try to smooth things over and pretend they never happened, like these dumb challenges, but they did, and like that's gonna live up to TikTok, or like TikTok's legacy per se, if they have one. Yes, it's gonna be these great dances and these great little videos and the people who got famous from it, but also these not so great challenges and the things that may even end up with people dying.
yeah, and I feel like the common denominator in all of these are the platform that was per se attacked was popular. Vine, Vine. People like Lele Pons, she was like falling on her face, or not falling on her face, but like she was known for like falling. I mean, she fell off bridges and stuff. So I mean, at that point, that could be dangerous.
Yeah.
TikTok, the Jonathan Galindo challenge. YouTube, the David Dobrik stuff. So there's a common denominator here, and since it's happened multiple times, it's easy to say that nobody recognizes it. I mean,
Yeah.
at one point, like maybe apps were famous or popular. That could have been where Blue Whale attacked.
Yeah. Everything that's popular, the people feel like they can take advantage of it, but also
Well,
there.
it's not advantage. It's not taking advantage. I feel like unknowingly people get caught up in the glory. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, many of our TikTokers were canceled and then right back up there the next day, right? Or not right back up there, but like you know what I mean? They're not cut off from everything. So it's just caught up in the glory. They do something bad because they want to get views or get subscribers or get likes or get comments and stuff, and they screw up. They meaningfully want to take advantage. So it's somewhat of a risk for the person that's doing the activity. But in other cases, like the Jonathan Galindo challenge, it can be a purposeful attack using TikTok.
Yeah.
In that case, that would be taking advantage of it.
Yeah, like the more popular you are, also the more that gets uncovered. And if something bad gets uncovered, like about TikTok with all these challenges, it's like immediately headline news because that's just people's instant reaction. It's like, oh my gosh, this bad thing happened. Like, look.
Yeah.
I think I'm going to use Adita Menzel as an example again because why not? It seems the trend that I'm going this podcast. But when she got, it was her husband of 10 years, and everyone like looked up to them because they met in the show Rent. They were both people who were in the show, and everyone was like, "Oh, they're such like their couple goals. They're so amazing." And then they had a son, and then they got divorced, and then everyone's like, "Okay, love is dead." But they like the more popular you are, like they were in the 1990s and then 2000s, early 2000s when they got married, they were a biracial couple and they were like getting attacked for that. And I was like, one, that's so wrong. And two, no one would have ever given them a second look if they weren't so popular. So I feel like, again, popularity and fame just comes with such a cost. And with these platforms, it's like one bad thing and your public image is down the drain.
Actually, so we had like an English assignment, and I don't know if you had this too, but it was like write a newspaper article on an issue and give like the solution and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, my issue kind of was like celebrities. I mean, I feel like they're such a big part of my life because I mean, I don't know, maybe I do want to be one day. I don't know. I mean, I'm still deciding, but they play a big part in people's lives every day. Confidence wise, I mean, idolizing wise, like, I mean, for you, Idina Menzel. I don't know if I said that right. Okay, but so at that point, it was like Priyanka Chopra, M. Night Shyamalan, people that are Indian, and I mean, this
Yeah.
works for all races, but if you're something special, and hold on, let me go back and rephrase, but it's like a matter of acceptance in the community. It's
Yeah,
a matter
definitely.
of acceptance, but the thing is, sometimes it can be hard to accept because
Yeah.
our background, our past, does affect our present.
Yeah. Okay, hold on. I'm just saying. I need to grab computer cord. I'm sorry.
Okay, no, you're good. So our past does affect our present. So if I like make a fall and I have a scar on my leg now, I mean, if I want to be a model, that will affect me because maybe
Exactly.
I need to get that off me. So
Yeah.
it so happens that our society's past is racism, discrimination, segregation. And since our whole society was based off that, like Europeans brought in cultures that affected us now as a society. So since our whole society kind of relied on that, it's hard to break away. I mean, I'm not justifying that at all. I mean, I'm 100% not. I'm 100% against racism, but in a way, it does provide a reason for it, and reasons always end with a reason why we can fix it now. Like we know the reason
Yeah.
we can fix it.
Like the reason why racism existed is because different like pigmentations in your skin. And I'm like, one, that's stupid. Two, like everything, most issues in our world, they do have a reasoning behind them, which is so like I guess I'm glad they have a reasoning since people aren't just being like, you, I hate you.
I feel like everything has a reason. Everything has a
I
reason.
feel like everything has a reason.
But it's not a
And
conscious reason.
some of these reasons are just so bad that it's like, bro, society, you act together, but people just can't fix their old ways and their past. And it's so hard to
Hmm.
reverse history, if you know what I mean.
So one thing that I've learned is there's always a majority and there's always a minority. Like even if 99% of the people agree on something, there's always that 1%.
Yeah.
And after the Black Lives Matter movement and a bunch of stuff like that,
Mm-hmm.
99% of us, no, let's say 98% of us are against it. Okay, it's really been brought to our attention, but now that 2% is terrorizing us.
Exactly. Like
And
that little amount of people
Mhm.
can like just absolutely destroy a cause or a person, and this is all going back to the public image for me. It's like that little 2% of people who just are like, I don't believe in this. They voice their opinion and it just destroys something. So that those people who, let's take Black Lives Matter for example, they're saying like the all lives matter. The people are like looking at them and being like, why? Like, yes, all people do matter, but like that, it's like the Black History Month. Some people are opposed to Black History Month, and I'm like, and they say, why just not learn about real history? And I'm like, because real history is white history. Like, just look at our presidents, for example. Like, now we need a Black History Month where African Americans are really actually recognized for all that they've done, and hopefully in the future we won't need it because it just will be incorporated into our curriculums in school. But until then, like, people need to be recognized.
Yeah. Now, I said 98%, not 99%, because 1% is conscious people that are neglecting common ideas. And now that other 1% is subconscious. It's society that makes an impact on celebrities' lives. Now, celebrities affect young kids. Celebrities affect, like Idina Menzel affects you. Now, since she was affected by society, she made an impact on you. Now, imagine if is she white or is she African American?
She's white.
She's white. Okay. So, let's say both of you are colored. Now, both of you are colored, and you didn't have white privilege. Okay. You say you were bullied at school for being. Oh no. Let's say you were bullied at school for having white privilege. Let's say that. Okay. Now, Idina Menzel, actually, bad example. I don't know. Okay. Say
actually, hold on, I have a good example. Take her, so her and her husband, her ex-husband actually, they got divorced. But her ex-husband, Tay Diggs, was Black and she was white. And they got married and had a son who's mixed. And there was so much like against that. So take like Tay Diggs for an example.
No, but the thing is, Idina Menzel she was a real person, right? She was really real. That's why you like her.
Yeah.
Now I'm thinking about somebody that like is somewhat like twisting or distorting their personality to fit having success in society. So like I want to say not necessarily not to fit that exact definition, but M. Night Shyamalan. Okay? Like he's a really, really good movie producer, horror, like not horror, but like scary, scary movie.
Yeah.
But one thing that you can see, or no, let's say Priyanka Chopra. Sorry, I keep switching it around because I'm putting around. Okay, but Priyanka Chopra. Okay, Priyanka Chopra doesn't have oil in her hair. Right? She doesn't go out and she has oil in her hair. She doesn't dress like every day in like Indian attire, and she is not forced to marry her cousin. Okay.
Yes.
I mean, these are
married to Nick Jonas.
Yeah, these are all stereotypes, but
yeah.
I mean, say an Indian girl that does have to do all these things, that is not a good example for her, right? I mean, why doesn't Priyanka Chopra have oil in her hair? Because society doesn't like it. And we say that we're a really diverse culture, but a little bit that we're not ready to accept.
So we're distorting. We're distorting people who are different because society as a whole doesn't like that they're different, and I think it's just so like.
It's not that it's because we've agreed 98% of us are accepting. 98% of us are accepting. Now that again, that 1% that's consciously neglecting that, that 2% that are somewhat neglecting that idea are sorry. Okay, the 1% that are subconsciously neglecting that are the people that agree to what the 98% say, but they don't know it's to the point where they're making an impact because they don't accept. You know what I mean? Okay, it's basically
Yeah.
where if somebody with oily hair stands next to them, they're like, "Oh my God, why do they have oily hair? Like that's disgusting. Why don't they wash out their hair?" Right? And it's like a cultural standpoint at that point. Because
Yeah.
I mean, I've grown up with oil in my hair. I mean, I've grown up with black hair. I don't have blonde hair. I'm sorry. I don't have brown hair. I'm sorry. I have black hair. I mean, I can't deny
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
So it's subconscious, but I mean, there's judgment. There's judgment wherever you go. But it says,
Yeah.
can you control it or can you not? I'm a very judgy person. I mean, from the moment I'm looking at you, I'm judging you. I'm judging you. Okay?
I feel like we're all like that, at least subconsciously. We're all somewhat.
Yeah.
Just-
Yeah. And for me in specific, I'm not going to tell you everything I judge about you because half the things that I look at you and judge about you are not true about you. So why in the world would I tell you that? So like maybe I think that she's really pretty, so she's probably really mean. No, probably not. Am I gonna go tell her you're really pretty, but I think you're really mean? What is she gonna say? I don't know. I don't know. I mean,
Exactly.
yeah. So yeah, judgment.
Yeah. Hmm.
But again, going back to the security matter, it's to the point where judging affects that. Do you know what I mean? Judging affects that.
Yeah. Like if like the security of a platform like TikTok or something, if people go on there to express themselves, but then in the comments they'll just be like, I don't like this. Like I don't know if that's exactly what you mean,
Mm-hmm.
but that's how I see it.
Yeah, I feel like you can do judging because judging mentally affects you and physically affects you, depending on how strong you are both wise. If you're mentally weak, you're gonna take that pretty hard. Like I'm not gonna say I'm strong now because I still have my weak points mentally, but before even stepping into the game, if you think you've lost, you've lost. So if you're mentally not prepared for whatever you're going into, you're not. I promise you, you're not gonna do well.
Exactly.
And that's the same thing with TikTok, Vine, literally everything. If you're not prepared for judgment every day with Adina Menzel, if she was not prepared to get shamed for being a biracial couple with I can't remember the name, then then I mean she would not have gone well. And maybe that's why she divorced. Maybe that was a part of her divorce. She was with
the public pressure.
Yeah, public pressure. Maybe we don't know, but maybe.
Yeah.
Same thing with
Nick Jonas and Priyanka Chopra. They're a biracial marriage, and you can't even imagine like the public pressure on them because like
and they're a 10-year difference. 10-year difference.
Yeah, 10-year difference.
So like they were not prepared for that. They could not have gone through with it. Exactly. Same with Noah Beck. I mean, people said that he had a thick neck. He had like a thick neck. If he wasn't prepared for that comment, and if he wasn't prepared for that judgment, he would not still be up here. I promise.
Exactly. You have to have thick skin to be famous.
Well, I mean, thick skin can be good anywhere.
Yeah, you have to have thick skin in general to like actually somewhat succeed.
Yeah, because now I don't say my comments out loud. Like if I say I don't say that I think you're mean out loud, right? Now,
yeah, like you wouldn't say, so here's me doing dishes and here's the shelves behind you. You wouldn't say out loud, yo, I think your kitchen's messy. Like that to yourself. So like all about what's said and what's not said in that scenario.
Yeah. And what if now what if I did say your kitchen is messy? Or what if I did say I don't like your bangs? Or what if I did say you're mean? Now if you didn't have thick skin, that would, I mean, not those exact comments, because those exact comments I feel like anybody would brush off. But
Yeah.
yeah, but like say I said something worse and you didn't have thick skin. Now
Yeah.
I don't care because that came out of my mouth. And in
Yeah.
society, teachers, they're right next to you, willing to say, "You're not allowed to say that. No, you can't say that. No, you
Yeah.
have to go to the no. Nobody's gonna be there in society gonna say there to say that to you. I mean, maybe you have a boss and you say it in front of your coworker and the boss, or maybe you say it to your boss and they fire you.
Exactly. There are always consequences if you say something in the real world that's not good, or not
No,
like. But and there are consequences now.
no, I don't agree because there aren't always consequences. I mean, that's why. I mean, what are the consequences for us in specific? So, say I go outside and I litter. The consequences there are visible. Like, maybe a dog will eat that. Maybe a bird will come and eat that and pass away. But now, why does that affect me? Why does that affect me at all? Why do I care about that bird?
Yeah, it's really like your level of
Morals.
yeah, your morals for society. Like, do you just care about yourself? And it's like, here, I'm gonna drop this trash on the ground. I don't care if this dog sniffs it and it smells good and eats it, and then the dog has to get surgery. Or like, I don't care if this bird eats it and then the bird dies. But like, if you think like that, and you just say what you want to say, eventually somebody's gonna come up to you and be like, "You're a bad person."
Yeah, no, if everybody said that in this world, we would be over. There's good people.
Yeah.
There's good people,
Yeah.
but
Yeah.
bad people everywhere. There's bad people everywhere. And that's why, even right now, with Elon Musk working this hard, we're still knee deep in global warming. You know what I mean? Yeah. Yeah. And it all kind of, again, you have to have a point where, going back to like the thick skin idea, if you don't have thick skin, you're not gonna do well anywhere. Because if you don't have thick skin enough, it's also to a point where you have to have thick skin, but you can't just be discluded from everything.
Yeah, you need that healthy balance of like, okay, I don't care what you say because you're saying something mean about me and I don't believe it, but you also do need to take into account like if someone says, okay, I have a suggestion for you about this PowerPoint you're making. I think like maybe you should change up this sentence because it flows better when you're presenting or something. Like if you just deny them and say no, you're mean, like that's too much. So you need that healthy medium of being able to take criticism,
take criticism,
but also yeah, you need to be able to take criticism, but you also need to be able to ignore people who hate.
So you need to have a growth mindset. And when I mean that, I mean no judgment, because this world is filled with judgment.
Yeah.
Not care, but care enough to have good morals and care enough to grow. So,
Yeah.
okay. Also, another point is when people make judgment on you, it's not always like you're mean and stuff. I mean, if I am mean, say I am mean, okay, or say I say you're mean and you're not actually mean, but then you start to think, why does she think I'm mean? Isn't that a good way to
Yeah.
That's a good way to grow. Because now maybe I'm doing something to you that you don't like and you think I'm mean now. And I'm like, oh, okay, you're doing something, or I'm doing something you don't like. Let me fix that. Let me be nice to you. I mean, you deserve better.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so everything's, if you want to grow, you're going to grow. It's a mindset.
Yeah.
Mentally. Everything's in the mind games.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. All right. Okay, well, that's it for today's episode. Stay sane. Thank you for watching. Aimed at my heart, you try to break it, but it ricocheted. She was trying to play, girl, is you.